The actual entire Moro Arc, Dragon Ball Super.
Following their victory in the Tournament of Power, and the unlikely, albeit strictly temporary alliance with Frieza, our heroes return to Earth, saving not only their universe, but the others as well.
Like, Goku teaming up with Frieza to me is so insane. Especially when, like, oh my god, the history they have. Vegeta swallowing his pride and seeing that is crazy. I would press Goku.
Everything was back to normal on Earth and the 12 universes for a time. Except for the fact that Frieza had been revived. The next bout of trouble caused by Frieza is a tale for another time. Suffice it to say, our two Saiyans emerged from those events stronger than ever. The entire Moro Arc.
He's talking about them bringing what's the name into canon, Broly.
And so, time passed. Zipping into West City, at Capsule Corp to be specific, Vegeta scowls at Goku wondering where he's been. To which our happy-go-lucky hero can only utter, "Oh,
shout out my goat."
Anyway, he wants to know if they're gonna train or not.
It's weird seeing the manga designs. Tournament of Power wasn't about morals. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the Tournament of Power was about. I remember it. Like, it was just, I know that Jiren is like a wall for Goku, but I don't remember like what it was about specifically.
But Vegeta remarks not here. The neighbors would complain. They're gonna use the gravity room. Kind of funny to see the Prince of all Saiyans concerned with Homeowners Association.
Tournament of Power. I think that happened 5 years ago. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super in 5 years.
While training,
Goku
he wants to know what happened with Goku and Ultra Instinct. And nothing much. He hasn't pulled it off since the tournament.
I guess.
So this means he can't tap into it at will? What a useless technique. Our hero guesses not. No shortcuts in training, huh? Just gotta keep grinding away. His training partner replies, especially because he never intends to fight by his side again. Which is fine with Goku, because he prefers taking enemies on by himself.
Nigga's so selfish. Sometimes they're just a nigga you can't beat. These niggas are sitting here fighting about pride and doing this, that, and the third. Sometimes there's just some niggas you can't handle. I don't even know why we're arguing right now. It's okay to team up every now and then.
As the pair are interrupted by
Jiren was literally that.
A voice requests Vegeta and Son Goku to come outside. Bulma, she's gotten an urgent call from Hercule.
Saying pride? Fuck that pride, nigga.
Possibly want?
Save the universe.
Exiting. I always forget how Vegeta no longer uses a spaceship for his training. They inquire the scientist what's up. Who's not quite sure yet. Some mysterious gang showed up at Hercule's place and it sounds like they're kidnapping Boo.
That's tough.
But kidnapping Boo? The prince.
What would you gain for that though? I'm not gonna lie. Kidnapping Boo? And how would you? That nigga's strong as hell.
Says she surely jests. It's easy to forget, but that creature is incredibly powerful. However, Goku doesn't find this so funny. This must mean they're looking at a new villain, aren't they? Though it's hard to say. It's worth noting Vegeta isn't sensing any powerful energy signatures. Either way, and much to his annoyance, Goku guesses they'd better go check it out.
His ass be by the bill in the week. Pack it up, bro.
Him there. But Vegeta isn't touching that thing, even
lie.
with gloves on. He hisses for him to get going on his own. He can fly to Herculopolis, which I guess is the alternative of Satan City, in 5 seconds. If only Vegeta could use instant transmission, too. However, since that'll never happen.
Vegeta doesn't use instant transmission? That's a nigga, no way. Is that serious? Is that actually true? Because if so, how is he fighting certain enemies? Goku was instant transmissioning to play defense. How was Vegeta in that same conversation? They shouldn't even be close if that's the case. I'm not gonna hold you.
Goku's just left with his feelings hurt.
I just want to get a solid win. He got robbed with that Frieza fight. Yeah, I know.
Mr. Satan angrily shouts what they're gonna do to Boo. He swears if they take him away.
Master Roshi doesn't fly.
We see a rather large spaceship and what appears to be Majin Buu lying down on some sort of gurney. Looks like he's taking one of his famous
I've been lied to my entire life.
And the gangsters.
Well, Master Roshi makes more sense because he would get one of those cloud things if he could. But I think you have to be pure heart to use one of those. Yeah, never mind. I don't know. My life is lost in the sauce.
Their uniforms look
This show don't have no boundaries.
When Hercule decides to get real, pulling out his sidearm as he has no
pulled
choice
out
in
the
this.
strap?
This
Oh
counts
no.
as self-defense to save his friend. Eat this! though having the dexterity and speed to shoot the bullet mid-air. The alien holsters his
Nigga
weapon
pulled
and
out a
calmly
4-5.
reiterates to Hercule that he just explained who they are. Interesting that he knows his name. These guys must have some good intel sources.
W Goku.
Satan shouts in excitement at our savior's arrival.
A real nigga
who
pulled up.
sternly questions these visitors what they're up to. And what do they want with Boo?
This is fire, I ain't gonna lie. If niggas is just doing this to go through manga, I'm not gonna lie, chat, I might make a scene where I just have the manga pulled up on the right side of the screen and we just go through it, have some background music playing, and I just post it on the new channel. Or I post it on the reaction channel, why not? I don't know, I might. This is fire, I ain't gonna lie. I might.
They're definitely bad guys, right?
Hercules 6 foot,
The
and he
world
can't
champ
run
is
4 or
just as
5.
happy to
Nigga,
see
you're not
Vegeta's
that
come
guy.
here, too.
No cap.
But Goku and Vegeta, as in the Goku and Vegeta. But how could this guy have information on them too? Hercule pleads with our heroes to please save Boo, who assure him they're on it without hesitation.
What's up?
I figured out the issue.
What is the issue?
It's my graphics card. Either it's got a loose connection or I put it in the wrong spot.
Got you. Hopefully, it's all good.
Easily dispatching the
That was
gangsters
Goku.
around Boo. The apparent leader of the crew reaches for his weapon as it seems they've left him no choice. Huh? Zapping him!
This nigga just
Knocks
lost
out
to a
Goku
basic
cold with a single
soldier.
blast. But how could this
This for like comics would be fire. There's channels that do this, but we could actually go through them together as a chat and calm. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna make I'm either gonna use my main channel for all the nerdy stuff I'm into, or I'm gonna make a channel where we just go through comics and read them and chat. Basically doing this.
device be so powerful, and how was this guy so fast?
A
Less
live
than a
reaction
blink,
type
he's then
video.
behind
Yeah.
Vegeta as he sets his sights on him next. He says he's sorry, but he's taking a short nap too.
How is Vegeta and Goku getting outsmarted by these niggas, bro?
Both warriors unconscious.
These
The
are
man
basic
directs his men
warriors.
to carry these two onto the spaceship as well.
Got
They
backed
relay
up
their
by a
thoughts.
Nerf gun.
They'll
Goku
explain
pissing me
everything to them
off.
back-
Yeah, this nigga Goku can deflect planet-destroying beams. God forbid a nigga with a gun attack Goku. All of a sudden he's useless. I guess.
At HQ. When we see the emblem that tells us who they
I
are,
guess.
they must be Anytime Fitness recruiters. In space, a protagonist wakes up to a nasally.
Yes, Goku! Hey, I'm talking to you!
Huh?
Wake up, Goku!
Rubbing the back of his head and getting his bearings. He asks what he was doing. The patrolman
They got
replies
packed
that he
up
was
by a Nerf
sleeping
gun,
like a
bro.
baby. Their stun guns pack a
The
punch,
internet
huh?
tried to suck Goku so
When he
hard.
finally starts to regain clarity,
Hashtag he's
he
the goat.
recognizes his old friend, would-be assassin, who thinks aloud that he's not sure why he brought them to.
So
But Majin
Illuminati
Buu would have
thinks
been
Sun
enough.
Jin Woo can beat Goku in a fight.
Huh?
Did y'all see that clip of So talking about he could beat Sun Jin Woo in a fight? Oh my gosh.
What? Where are they? Prompting Jocko to reveal that this is the HQ for their super elite organization, the Galactic Patrol.
Say psych right
Name
now.
Vegeta
Nigga, he said it in a
remembers.
clip. That shit was funny.
When the man from before enters the room, he apologizes for getting rough with them. They didn't seem to be in any mood to listen to reason. So, Goku continues. Who is he? The man on our right tells how he's the #1 elite agent. Mirrors here manages 104 sectors. Which Jocko chortles, that's a few more than even himself. Of course,
Oh, we're
Goku
getting more
has to then
space
inquire
police
just
stories,
how
I
many
think.
sectors Jocko manages. Which, 3? But if this guy is so elite, Vegeta wants to know what he needs from Boo. Bringing our focus back to the plot, Maris explains that due to their own negligence, a dastardly criminal has broken out of Galactic Prison. To recapture this villain, they require assistance from a certain individual. Impatiently asking who this individual is. It's someone who slumbers within their Majin Buu. The great Lord of Lords. 10 million years ago.
Who is this nigga? You telling me Boo was destined to be somebody great all this time in the 20 years Dragon Balls existed? All of a sudden he has an ancestor that was going crazy? I guess.
More incoming!
This is the worst look. Nigga, every time they do a lore dump, it just adds more questions to the story of Dragon Ball. Every time. It's just like straight up retcon after retcon. This isn't retconning anything specifically, but now this makes Boo more important than what he was to the story at this point in time.
Great Lord of Lords!
Nearly getting crushed by what doesn't appear to be a normal meteor. Even the Grand Supreme Kai has to admit that was close.
Ooh.
South can't believe this guy is attacking them with actual comets.
Boo was always important, but
And
I'm
in the
talking about several lore. Yeah, my fault. Several million years deep worth of importance, though. This is implying that Boo has been around for not Boo specifically, but his ancestors have been attached to the universe like this.
Distance.
Let me see what it looked like. She got her PC to work. The BIOS came up. It's the same Boo. Boo being 10 million years old is crazy.
We spotted Blue Goatman.
My boy Moro. Oh my God. This nigga's draining the life from the planet. It's an anti-spirit bomb. Oh my God. This nigga's doing spirit bomb, but it's not consensual. Oh my God.
Using a technique similar to the Spirit Bomb, though profoundly more malicious and parasitic. The villain destroys another planet according to the South Kai. Unlike the Spirit Bomb.
Bro, I thought he was gonna project that out. He just ate all those people. He just swallowed them up, okay?
Bean doesn't use the energy as a projectile. He instead eats it. Is he absorbing the planet's life energy this way?
Jesus. Jesus. It's over.
Firing a surge of lightning in every direction. It looks like he just got even stronger. Even the Lord of Lords thinks this is it. They can't win.
Shout out to my
Nearby,
nigga, the Lord of Lords.
a duo in a spaceship passively spectate. At this point in time, these guys are known as the Galactic Police, the predecessors to the Galactic Patrol. As a being of the same race as Jocko states, Planet Eater Moro. He's been charged with the destruction of the Iragi star system and bringing about mass extinction on 230 planets. Seeing his strength firsthand, the other comments how this villain is as mighty as they say. Indeed, a terrifying foe. In all honesty, they know there's nothing they can do. The plan at the moment is to leave this to the Lord of Lords and keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on things, maybe from a little farther away.
Nigga, them shitting that. Bro, that nigga ate an entire planet with just opening his hands. And they were just standing there watching these niggas go at it. Them niggas are idiots. I'm not gonna lie. All this negative energy coming around, you gonna risk your body like that.
If his
Hell
power
no.
grows any further, they'll be helpless to resist. If only they could do something about his magic. When the Lord of Lords states he's got no choice, he'll
Is
use
there
up-
somebody doing this for One Piece? I will watch the One Piece manga and catch up that way. Let me see real quick. I will actually, I'm so serious. If somebody's doing this for One Piece, I will do this for One Piece. One Piece manga. What the fuck? One Piece manga reading. One Piece Egghead. Okay, so I could just literally. Okay. I might do that then. Just look up arcs and watch. I know there's reviews, but I don't think there's anything in this format being made. I could probably find
His
something.
god power to steal his magic.
They got left at like Water 7
what?
or
Does such a
Impelled Down.
technique
Wherever when they go to that prison
In
after
fact,
Water 7.
He
I think that's
himself
Impelled
created
Down.
it. He had a feeling it might come in handy one day. It's far too dangerous to teach to anyone else. As the deity
Impelled Down,
powers
bet.
up, South warns that he mustn't put so much of his strength into it. KK Mataru! And so, the great Lord of Lords gave up most of his godly power in order to seal away Moro's magic. Unable to fight back, Moro was locked away in the Galactic Prison.
That's tough.
Well, Moro was still a capable fighter, even without magic, so he was sentenced to death. Unfortunately, nobody could actually kill him, so he was instead given life imprisonment. Vegeta queries, and so this Moro is still alive after 10 million years. Alas, yes.
10 million years of
Goku's
experience.
words, this guy is old. The short version is he managed to escape prison, huh? And that's correct. It's likely Moro has
And Goku's about to fight this nigga. There should be no universe where Goku wins this. He is fighting a being that has been here as long as the universe has been alive. He should never win. I don't care what's going on here.
regained his magic, so they require the great Lord of Lords' power to capture this criminal once again. Although this is well and interesting and all, Vegeta wants to know what any of this has to do with Buu. And 5 million years after Moro's capture, the great Lord of Lords was absorbed by Majin Buu.
Got you.
Acting like he already knows this information, Goku questions if Vegeta knew that already. Which is possible, but both in the anime and manga, this detail is revealed through a private conversation with Old Kai and Kibito Kai. Mirrors continues that their only hope is to somehow extract the great Lord of Lords' ability from within Majin Buu, or at least that's what they hope to do. But Vegeta doubts he even possesses
I haven't
this
watched
power.
Z in a long time either. I ain't gonna
Whatever
lie.
their plan, it wasn't their stun
I gotta
gun
get
that
back
put
in my
Majin Buu
Dragon Ball
down.
bag.
He was sleeping to start with, right? It could be days before he awakens. Looking in close, one of the patrolmen tried to get his
Fat
attention
Boo
by
existed,
cooing.
but it were you views with Fat Kai.
Rise and shine.
I got you. I haven't watched this shit in a long time.
Going
My
full-blown
Dragon Ball lore is
Undertaker,
kind of
Buu
ass.
chokeslams the man and throws him into another officer. Talk about tossing and turning. Snoring away. Jocko wants to confirm that nothing will wake him up, but that's just the kind of guy he is. Mirrors rubs his chin and mutters, "That is
Oh, I
a
did read
problem."
the manga for Z and
Still,
Super.
they
and
haven't
Super,
actually
then I watched the
ascertained
movies.
Mora's location yet,
The manga
so they're on
is
standby.
better than the TV show. The
When
TV
Goku
show,
gets the
some of
bright
the
idea that
explanations
since
are
they're
awful.
here anyway, how about he and Vegeta help catch this guy? And if that's not too much to ask, but Goku assures they're happy to. Sounds fun, right, Vegeta? For him, all this means is they had the audacity to drag him here. Now they're asking for a favor? Mirrors tells how rumors of the two have reached them. They're supposedly quite powerful.
The anime
Which
Super
Goku
changed a lot of
quickly-
things, bro. The anime for Super is not good. What's it called? During the Goku Black arc, bro. And the manga, apparently, he's more like just a straight up evil villain, or whatever the case may be. In the TV show, he just sits around and rants about how Trunks sucks, and they go back and forth. And Trunks' whole argument is humans are good, you don't know, and his is, well, I'm a god, I know better, and it's so annoying, bro. It's so annoying. What's it called? And then they ruined the whole fusion logic. What's it called? Like the 13-minute rule that did not need to be changed for fusions. I don't understand why it did that. The anime just sucks.
Giggles that he doesn't know about that, since there are still stronger people
And
out
in
there
the
in the
anime,
universe.
they make Super Saiyan
They
Red,
even ran
like
into
Super
another
Saiyan God,
Saiyan recently.
like the red,
Something Mirrors
like
wants to
not
hear
all that
about.
good.
The
They
Vegeta
make it
can't get
basically
something off
useless.
his mind though. This Mirrors. He couldn't read his ki, but he's far from weak. He didn't just exploit an opening. He was agile enough to get the drop on him in an instant. That speaks to his skill. Mirrors instructs that if they'll come this way, the Galactic King is
Could've
waiting
swore
to
the
hold
fu-
the
yes.
induction ceremony.
The fusion thing was like 30 minutes to an hour instead of the 15-minute shit or whatever they did. And then I forgot what arc it was, but I think Goku or somebody gets absorbed and at the end of it, they just devolve from each other, and it makes the whole Dragon Ball Z fusion thing like non-existent. I forgot exactly what happens, but it's stupid. I would have to rewatch it to explain.
But the Galactic King?
Can we take an edible on stream? Yeah, I smoke weed on
Calling
stream.
Goku a fool. He reminds that he was there when he fought Universe 6. Ringing a bell in our hero's mind. That octopus-looking guy.
So long that I don't have the full details, but I know for a
octopus.
fact Super makes
As Goku
Z
goes
make
to
no
shake
sense.
his tentacle, as stated during their last encounter. And that's no tentacle. Jocko takes exception to the Saiyan's casual nature. What are they, old friends or something? Know your place. Moments later, the king gives a speech. This induction concerns Son Goku, also known as Kakarot, and Vegeta the Fourth. They are hereby appointed as special members of the Galactic Patrol. Their tenure lasts until the escaped prisoner Moro is captured. They will immediately be dismissed if they are found abusing their authority. Examples of abuse would include cutting in line to buy a parfait, claiming relevance to an investigation, flaunting the Galactic Patrol symbol in order to hit on girls.
But when you're really tapped into Dragon Ball
After
lore,
the
you're
list
just like,
of
what the
condemnable
hell?
offenses goes on in this manner.
It becomes very inconsistent.
Jocko surprises both of them with official uniforms. They got one for each of them. Somehow, even more blunt than Vegeta, Goku stammers that he doesn't want to wear that. A claim Jocko can't believe. This uniform is the pride and joy of the Galactic Patrol.
They're not Galactic Patrol. What's this nigga talking about?
Again, the Saiyan expresses his disinterest in the gear. It actually looks hard to move around in. The GP relents. However, the rules do state they need to bear their symbol, as they appear to scribble something under their gis. Recreating them perfectly, our heroes are actually kinda embarrassed by them. But anyway,
Goku and Vegeta not wanting to be fed is hilarious. That nigga put the cop symbol on and they just look down like, are you serious, bro?
Jocko congratulates them on their induction. As their Galactic Patrol superior, he'll be showing them the ropes. First, their victory pose goes like this. Another thing that doesn't interest the duo.
Another thing I don't like about the Super anime, y'all remember what was the pink guy's name from Universe 6? That, what's it called? That was really weak, but Goku believed he was strong. That irritated me, bro. That should not have happened. At all. At all.
He goes on about the different poses. A group of patrolmen come sprinting down the hallway, inquiring of the commotion.
Manaka, yes.
Miris turns to them and asks what's going on.
Corny.
A short green alien informs us that the Macareni siblings have stolen something again. But again, they never seem to learn. Curious of the who and what on the matter, we find out the Macareni siblings are a bunch of punks who are always out there violating galactic law. Near the doorway, we hear Miris explain that they still have some time,
yes, that was
so
stupid.
he'll go out and resolve this himself. To the great relief of
Goku at this point in his career is probably the best key sensor there is. And you're telling me he couldn't tell that Manaka wasn't strong? All right, buddy.
of his comrades. They have nothing to fear if he's on the scene. The last bit concerning Goku a little. What? He's going somewhere? Who excuses himself, but assures he'll be back shortly. If they could just please wait here in the meantime, this shouldn't take long. When Vegeta butts in and insists on going as well. He wants to see what Miris is made of. Good thinking in Goku's eyes, he'll come too. Smiling, Miris responds, as you wish.
Nigga, Miris
Leaving the headquarters,
Vegeta.
Goku wonders why Jocko decided to come too. He comments that he's in charge of overseeing Earth and his life forms.
Yeah, when that's never been his character. Monitor the Goku has always been silly, don't get it twisted. But he's never been stupid. That's why he's so good at fighting. The constant, like, what's the word? Picking at his personality and just automatically making him stupid is annoying. You kissed her, Trunks? Yeah. Me and Bulma never did that. Or not Bulma, me and Chi-Chi never did that. It's not even funny, it's dumb.
The two of them.
Goku's never been stupid. He's always been silly.
They'll be lucky to have Jocko around.
Be like an elite rage baiter.
On planet Jung, we find ourselves in a type of mine.
Maybe not rage bait, but you feel my point though. He like take things at face value.
In the name of the law!
Damn.
The man on the train shoots down the pursuing Paw Patrol. Looking close, there are 3 assailants in the cab. These must be the Macaroni siblings. The little one on the right chuckles. That was the last of them,
God,
big
Goku
bro.
gave her 2 kids.
Said
How the
bro
hell?
chortles back that the mounted forces didn't put up much of a fight. Inside, little bro is used as key to subdue the conductor and his platonic sheep companion. The others chatter that once they sell off this cargo, they'll be
Goku was like
rolling
comic
in dough.
Drax. Yes.
As his sister shouts out for him to look. That ship up there.
He's not an idiot. He's
The
just
Galactic
silly.
Patrol. He should have known. He'll shoot him out of the sky.
He's perceptive,
Meantime, he
but
commands
silly.
Getty, little bro, to keep an eye on them hostages.
I like all the edits this nigga did. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I can compete with
In
this
the
nigga.
hatch and getting a clean
I
look
can't
at what
hold
they're
it.
stealing. It's blue aurum, a fuel source for all sorts of machines. Like how on Earth, they've got sky gold Jocko guesses. Ironically, Goku just rolls with this comparison and questions if it's worth a lot. And it's pretty valuable, but it's really bad if criminals get their mitts
I
on
like Z Goku more than Super
with
Goku.
as much as they've got down there.
Super
they could
Goku's
build
not
a
even the same
planet-busting
character.
bomb. Which, yeah, that's bad. Taking in the situation, Mirror mutters to himself, stealing a whole train's worth of blue aurum. This is their most audacious caper yet.
No Noji whatsoever. That's
When Big Bro decides it's time for a train top battle.
Nigga
he
said,
talks.
big bro.
If it ain't
This your
Mirror,
guy?
it's been too long, friend. We find out this man's name is Pasta. The patrolman spouts that he's not punching out today until the 3 of them are locked up in Galactic Prison. Prompting the spaghetti westerner to throw up his hands and surrender. This was just him saying hi. It never.
I'm watching the police handle an intergalactic robbery in Dragon Ball. Okay.
Actually go toe-to-toe with them.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
If that's the case,
I'm not gonna
he
say
needs to
nothing.
throw down his firearm. Confidently agreeing
Pasta
to do
is
so.
a crazy name. That just means
Glances
he's
over his
delectable. That's what
shoulder.
that means. You swallow him up good. What's wrong with that?
The tracks are changing up ahead.
Bro is pushing his limits streaming. No, I'm just
He's able
streaming
to
because I want
sneakily
to.
do something to his gun as Mirror demands he hurry
We
up.
built Mary's PC today. I watched like 2 hours of JoJo's, and now we're watching the Moro Arc until we get this game in. I'm waiting on Sherm. We're supposed to do a whole thing.
Up.
The agenda is agending. Kinda. I said I want to do more comic stuff. I told you niggas I want to be more intentional about some of the content I make. I want to do nerd stuff. I still want to do regular reactions and do the slop content, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want this to be a space for nerds and we just kick it. We react to comics, talk shit to each other. What's wrong with that? And if you black, you might get a job. Who knows? It depends how far I get with this. Nigga, we can be our own self-sustaining community. This is so tough.
The villain hollers out to Penne,
React to Gotcha,
presumably his
Kuda, not
sister,
tonight.
that their friends are changing
might, though.
tracks,
I'm definitely reacting
giving her
to
the
them.
signal to jump into action.
How much longer to be live? Probably till like 10. I'm waiting on my boy.
She's able to stretch out her arms like a Namekian to pull the switch to allow the 3 of them on one course, and the Galactic Patrolman stuck on the other. Pasta then uses what is far superior to a shotgun with no forehead, or maybe a rifle with no sights, and blows away a portion of the tracks.
Nigga had a
Jocko
pocket
curses
grenade
him.
launcher, by the way.
Jerk, that was shady.
If only there was something our heroes knew how to do for the previous 553 chapters that could save Mirror. Assured of his victory, the bandit bids him farewell. Now he can go boom along with all that.
Keep in mind, Maris outsmarted Goku and Vegeta, and somehow he hasn't figured out the problem yet. I thought this nigga was gonna be king or a farmer. This nigga's getting beat by a nigga with a pocket grenade launcher. Okay.
Blue aurum, indicating this material explodes upon heavy impact. Interestingly enough, Mirror doesn't fly, but instead uses the same jets used by his fellow patrolmen. But how is he fast enough to subdue both Goku and Vegeta, yet not know how to fly? He contacts Agent Jocko. He's requesting a retrieval of the Blue Arum. Their mission is not done yet. He's going to head them off to the tunnel's exit, a request Jocko doesn't seem to be thrilled to have received.
That's the only way I can see this working, because he outsmarted them but can't beat a regular guy. He probably can predict Goku and Vegeta because they're calculated, whereas the other guy's just kind of doing stuff. That's my guess.
Taking off as well,
my luck,
Goku puts
ain't
two
gonna
and
be
two
that
together and deduces that these boots are how the Galactic Patrol guys fly around. But wait, Mirrors is gone? Looking over to the other side of the tunnel, he's already over there.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe he was having fake aura. My fault.
Although he managed to make it to the front of the train in only seconds, he's too late. The conductor informs that they've already made their getaway, probably in that spaceship. When Jocko notices something horrible.
Why does the Jocko have so much
too.
strength?
The Blue Arum! The Macarini speed away with at least one car of loot, all the while laughing their heads off that they managed to get away with it. Before the ship smashes a Goku on its windshield. While the occupants try to figure out who he is, Goku steams that they're not getting away. Now in a
Michael
panic,
fighting crimes.
he's with the Galactic Patrol, but he can fly. No fair. The situation calming, the Saiyan shouts over to Mirrors that he caught the bad guys. Who smiles and lets him know that he appreciates the assist. However, Jocko isn't the only one here with a good eye. Vegeta can tell
The nigga stole their engine. Am I tripping, bro? When did he have time to do that?
that Mirrors had already tampered with their spaceship, ensuring they wouldn't get far. So even if Kakarot hadn't caught them, it wouldn't have mattered. Stopping the train took priority because he wanted to save the conductors. So how did he have the time to sabotage their ship? Somehow he missed that. With a couple of innocent lives
They
saved.
keep making my nigga look incompetent. Y'all remember when Vegeta was fighting Hit and was getting beat down and Goku just stepped in and started aura farming? You tell me Vegeta couldn't get one of those right here? That's hate.
And a few criminals back where they belong. Jocko jubilantly giggles that this is what happens when they tangle with the elites. Though Goku's social ineptitude, or in this case Grace, has to point out that he didn't really do anything. Cutting right to it, Vegeta comments that Mirrors could have saved the day even quicker, couldn't he? He's hiding his power, right? His eyes don't lie. Although he claims hardly. Yes, he wanted their spaceship too, so he let them flounder a bit longer. But hiding his power? No. The prince supposes he isn't capable of capturing this Moro on his own then. And he's afraid not. He may be the #1 in the Galactic Patrol, but Moro is in another league altogether. A statement Jocko takes a bit of offense to. He continues, Moro's power knows no limits. But Goku asks if this means he's getting stronger and stronger. That's exactly what he means. So if they don't capture him soon, things will go from bad to worse.
So did the nigga's strength even matter? We didn't get no type of scaling as to where he is. Are we gonna get some scaling, please? Nigga focused on his strength for like 5 minutes straight. And it doesn't even matter because they're gonna go chase down Moro. So why did you show all this off then?
The pilot receives a report of some kind. But where and what squad could it have come from? It doesn't mean much to us, though it's explained that the Kusea squad was out scouting and they got a lock of Moro's location.
Oh yeah.
About time for our hero.
It's time to lock in, chat.
Passing through sector KT-40. This is pretty interesting to Mirrors. He didn't get as far as
Gonna make
expected.
these niggas shake that ass.
Turning to
I don't know why I'm
Jocko,
being so
Goku
aggressive.
wants to know what direction that is. Something he's actually pretty good at, directing him to his left. Goku has a bit of a secret weapon when it comes to these sort of things. He's gonna do a search of his own. Confused, the patrolman turns to Vegeta. What does he mean? It means he can maybe sense the criminal's key if he knows where to look.
That nigga look like Slave Knight Gale. Am I tripping, chat? Nigga, that is Slave Knight Gale. Bro, chat, have y'all niggas played Dark Souls, bro? This is one of the hardest bosses of all time. One of my favorite bosses of all time. Chat, what's the difference, my nigga? This nigga and this nigga. What is the difference?
As we get our first look at the face of this newest villain, now millions upon millions of years old. How powerful can he really be? Can he really stand up to our heroes? Or will this be an open and shut mission?
The goat
In the
for
intense
greed
moment
of
of
sin in
seeking
some
out Moro's
cultures.
location,
I mean, that makes
Vegeta
sense.
takes note of Goku.
He swallowed the entire planet. That is gluttony. That is sinful. That's greedy in nature. You feel me? That's sinful. I'm not surprised by that. This nigga is a glutton. That's what this is.
Shocked demeanor. Ready for action.
He ain't need
He
all
turns
that.
to his fellow Saiyans seeking confirmation. Did he find Moro's key? With a sense of urgency, he wants to try to sense it for himself. But before he can, Goku frantically tells him don't. He could sense that he was searching for him. He could sense that? What does he mean? How could that be? Our hero doesn't know. It's like nothing he's felt before. To think he could do that. The magician's first trick is enough to impress even.
Imagine he sends Goku's key, then teleported to Goku. That would be fucking insane.
Vegeta.
Teleport to Goku, punch him in the
Prince
face,
Arius.
then leaves.
What else could he sense? Was it a massive key signature? Though no, not quite. Vegeta speculates that he must mean more like God Key then. Which isn't right either. It's not that his power level is the scary part. His key itself wasn't that huge, but it was terrifying. He's never felt anything like it. It's as if a whole lot of people were screaming in pain. To Jocko, that's quite a spooky way to describe it. Mirrors chimes in to note that Moro is known for absorbing.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what a lot of Trishas probably feel like. I'm not gonna hold you, Shad. You get into the room with her, she starts sucking your dick crazy. All them kids screaming on her tongue. You just the next one up.
The life force of planets and turning it into his own power. In that sense, his very energy is a mass of slaughtered souls.
Crazy? Give
Of
it a
all
1,000.
people, somehow this seems to take Vegeta aback just as much as Jocko.
Mary
Mirrors
ain't big.
continues
That's
that this
what I
also
call it.
explains
Big
how he's
mama.
lived for so long. Upon asking
You
just
feel
how
me?
many people he has killed, it's told that it's more like entire planets. The individual number is too many to count. Either way, he sounds like bad news.
This nigga is terrifying. His entire presence is being a menace to society. He swallow niggas for a living, chat. You ain't never seen a nigga like this.
In a rickety ship on the other side of the galaxy, or possibly the universe, a man who might be wearing Frieza Force garb pilots as the ominous outlaw sits behind him. The pilot notices something has gotten his passenger uneasy. He nervously questions
He's
what
a
it
throat
is.
goat's worst nightmare, no
He gets
cap.
right to the point and states
Hey,
that
niggas that like a hand hate to see this nigga coming.
someone is seeking him.
Did you do Ben
Much to
10
the
yet?
interest
I
of the
did
former.
not.
Really?
This
Has
is
the
supposed to be
Galactic
YouTube
Patrol found him
reactions,
already?
and I thought let's just react to a comic thing.
Gazing around. The wizard comments in his time away. Life has managed to grow and spread throughout this universe. Which is true enough. He's been locked up for 10 million years. Still, whether due to the adrenaline of the prison break or for other reasons, the pilot is noticeably on edge. As the magic man wearily rubs his head, he worriedly questions if he's okay. It seems that scanning alone has taken Moro to his limit. His magical abilities are in a pathetic state. At any rate, the pilot explains that they're almost at their destination, so just hang tight a little longer. Prompting the fiend to snarl.
Indeed. I can hardly wait.
Why he doing Vegeta's voice
Sending
for
a
this nigga?
shiver up his partner's spine.
You still gotta react to Randy Cunningham, 9th grade ninja. Nigga, I have a lot of stuff on the plate, buddy. Relax. Get your panties out of a bunch. I have a lot of content I gotta get through this summer. You feel me? Don't do that. I'm doing what I can to make money and make good videos. Don't dick ride, twin. Do not dick ride.
Picking up the pace, what is the destination of
Cunningham
these
is
two
crazy.
criminals? Back with the GP, Jocko queries where exactly Moro is headed then. There are no planets with life in the direction he's going. What do they think he wants? No,
This is a
wait.
7-hour reading,
Goku
by the way,
has been
chat.
out that way before. But what? When? What's over there? And he's pretty sure
My bad, I ain't mean it like that.
it was when he went to see Dende. That must mean it's the planet the Namekians moved to. A fact Jaco takes a particular interest in. He demands they start talking. He thought their whole race got wiped out when Namek blew up. From the outside looking in, that would very likely appear to be the case, but they actually managed to save them all. But for their own safety, nobody is supposed to know where they're living. Miris mentions that now that Moro's magic has returned, he's likely capable of scanning for planets with life. And if the Namekians are truly alive, then Moro's goal must be... As Pasta interrupts, I hear those Namek folk got some wish-granting balls. Wish-granting balls? He means the Dragon Balls. Jaco shouts for him to start talking now. How does he know about the Dragon Balls? Who's surprisingly happy to. Back when he was doing hard
Nigga,
time with
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely believe that nigga was about to wipe out the Namekians. I thought Piccolo was gonna be the last one left. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was ready for it. That's all I'm saying.
prison. One of his fellow prisoners was a deserter from Frieza's army.
What's
He
worse,
told him
him
a tale or
sucking
two.
up a planet and getting his powers back, or wishing for his powers back and then doing it anyway?
The guy
That would be
said that
crazy.
Frieza
I can't
himself
remember
once
Super
went
to
to
come back.
Namek
It's
looking
probably
for
not gonna
these
be back
balls.
to like 2028.
Vegeta scowls
They
more
weren't
at Frieza's dregs just
like
flapping
years
their
worth
gums
of
and
first
stirring up
episodes,
trouble.
I believe.
The bandit continues. He smirks that he isn't interested unless there's profit to be made, so he didn't pay this tale much mind. But the cop's reaction just now, that tells him it is all true, isn't it? An obvious party foul by the Galactic Patrolman. So this former goon of Frieza's was looking for someone strong to help him find these particular balls. Odds are word got around to the strongest, baddest guy in prison, Moro.
Is the Moro Arc better
Not only does
than
this
the
confirm
manga
the
did it?
previous speculation of the origin of the pilot.
Shit, we about
It's
to read it
also
right now and see what
probably
happens.
safe to assume that all this additional exposition fits seamlessly into our narrative. Long story short, this means Moro is after the Namekian Dragon Balls. Or at least, there is a high probability. But Goku wonders what Moro would wish for though. Again chiming in unprovoked, Pasta chortles that if it were him, he'd wish for the Galactic Patrol to bite the dust. Bam! No questions asked. A 10 million year grudge is quite the force to be reckoned with. So Jaco having enough of the bad guy's mouth. He slams the
Only
shutters
have one
down on him,
problem with
shouting
this
that the
art?
three of them are getting locked up in Galactic Prison,
What is your
and they're
problem with
losing
the
the
art?
key.
Or is it a spoiler?
The reality of the situation
Michael,
set
I'm
up.
low-key locked in, chat. This is actually entertaining. We may have just found our own thing that we might do. I don't know if I'm gonna do all these sound effects, but I might react. I might do it. I might do the community page. I'm getting really tempted. I'm just saying.
On Miris. This is far worse than they
I'm
imagined.
just saying.
And returning to the villains. Moro states that it was his good fortune to even have an ounce of magic returned to him before his life expired. Trying to get everything straight, the former Frieza Force fighter remembers him saying something about getting some of his magic back a few years ago. It was that very same magic that allowed him to break free of that wretched cage.
Moro during the
Given
second
he also
part.
broke the
Gotcha.
pilot out of there too. He has to offer his thanks for that. But curiously only offering a cold glare in return. The man can merely awkwardly chuckle that he really did him a favor. Moving forward, the wizard utters that he still needs to obtain the veracity of his partner's tale. Which, yeah, he gets it. These Dragon Balls, do they really possess such power?
He's been around. He's been
Yeah, they
around
sure
for
do.
10 million
But
years.
grant any
though.
wish you can think.
I feel like he would have been heard about the Dragon Balls or whatever. Cause the Namekians have been around for a long time, just in general. Word of the Dragon Balls would have been spread around faster than just this point in time.
Think up. 3 wishes even. Something the Goats is very happy to hear, but the pilot contests. He promised he could use one of the wishes to escape to a planet where the Galactic Patrol and Frieza's army could never find him, right? And yes, of course, one wish alone is plenty for his own desires. And once this is fulfilled, he will no longer require his services. Although the XFF soldier thinks this sounds great, we're well aware of how conniving some villains can be. On New Namek, we see a small village with their familiar unique architecture, or even a couple Namekians showing the process of how one of their buildings is made, working from the ground up like some kind of clay. Huddled in prayer by their one-star ball, Mori iterates that it's thanks to the protection of the gods that they may live in
Collecting
peace.
them without the machine
They mustn't
isn't
forget
easy.
to be grateful.
That is true.
And this peace must be guarded at all costs.
He about to just start
The trio
eating niggas
exit
alive
the
if they
sanctuary
find it
to
for him.
return
That's
to
what's
the
gonna
outside
happen.
world.
That is
Mori
unfortunate.
ushers the youngsters off to go play.
This nigga's about to show up and wreak havoc on these peaceful people. Holy hell, bro.
You. Something is noticed in the sky, alerting the Elder. Someone questions if he sees that thing up there. It looks like a spaceship? Knowing the bad guy's gonna touch down on New Namek any minute now, Goku asks what do they do? They simply can't wait around
I'm
for Blue to
teleporting,
wake
I ain't
up.
gonna lie. Goku.
Whatever they
This nigga can teleport to Beers' house at an instant. You telling me he can't teleport to planet New Namek? You know where it is.
choose. This Moro already knows to expect Goku. They might as well go right now. Vegeta agrees. He'd like to get a look at this villain with his own eyes. But go? How exactly? Even in the spaceship, they couldn't hope to arrive before Moro. Without offering a tag-along, Goku grins that
Vegeta
he has
owns his
instant
head is
teleportation.
insane.
And they're gone, just like that. But they mustn't. Confronting Moro now is far too dangerous.
Not while he's old.
Zipping in, Mori wonders who this is now. With a signature happy-go-lucky attitude, he asks if the Elder remembers him. Who of course does. It's actually wonderful to see him in good health. Meanwhile, Vegeta carries a very different tone. That Moro is already here,
He's already here.
which gets him serious as well. The Elder questions what's going on here. In the air, Moro can already tell that the one seeking him earlier has come to this planet. He doesn't know how he crossed such a distance, but it would seem he's here to apprehend him. His counterpart curses the Galactic Patrol. Obviously, they don't value their lives if they're itching to tangle with Moro, appearing to scoot him out of the way. It's because he senses something he really likes. This one has spectacular energy. With the Namekians below getting filled in on the situation, Goku explains that they need to grab the Dragon Balls and run far away. A fearful Mori thanks him and assures that once again they're in his debt. As everyone scattered.
Hope you guys know, this nigga got excited hearing Goku was strong and seeked him out. He heard that nigga hunted him down and smiled. This nigga is not playing around.
Away. We have to ask why Goku wouldn't just teleport one of the balls to King Kai's planet or something. Now that they aren't light years apart, the prince informs Kakarot he's right. His key is ominous, but not particularly battle-worthy. Is this truly the monster Mirrors warned him of? Well, that's hard to say.
Niggas is doubting the
Goku's
hard,
got a
the
bad
menace. I'm not gonna
feeling
lie.
about this.
I'm not doubting no nigga that got a life that is never allowed to leave jail. Hell no.
As the villain makes his grand entrance, it's nothing more than a feeble old man. Given how long he's lived, it makes sense. The Goatman taking a massive inhale. This is his first breath of fresh air in 10 million years. It's as though he's born again. At this point, I'm just gonna say it because I don't
Nigga
think it's
just-
much of a spoiler.
that nigga just
the Frieza
disregarded
Force
him, by the
soldier's
way.
name is Cranberry, who looks on curiously as he sees someone familiar.
I don't know about to jump his old
Is
ass
that
because these
Vegeta?
niggas got too
Why
much
is
pride.
he here? Goku calls after their target. He's guessing he's Moro. They've heard he's done some pretty nasty things. So how about he turn around and go right back to prison? However, the Saiyan's words are the last thing on the wizard's mind.
Nigga, his like outfit, like the way he looks is fire. I ain't gonna lie. He
The
got
child
aura.
has failed to make his way out of the village. It looks like the boy who wanted to play hide and seek.
Why did he smile?
Help
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my
Using
god.
telekinesis to retrieve.
This nigga is getting straight to the business. Goku and Vegeta have to do something now. It's getting wicked.
them. The villain now has a hostage.
Holy hell.
Holding him by the neck, Goku bellows out for him to let him go. What is his scheme?
Oh my god, chat.
Who snarls for him not to worry? This one is merely food.
What?
That's when Mori realizes Eska's gone. Has anyone seen him? As Moro's magic begins
Nah, this nigga's an asshole. This nigga's an
to
asshole.
do its thing. Goku rushes over for him to cut that out.
Oh, W defense. Shout out Vegeta.
When it's actually Vegeta who gets to him first.
W Vegeta. That's why this nigga's my glorious king. Y'all be sucking that nigga dick for no reason.
Elder runs back to the village to get the boy to safety. Meanwhile, Vegeta seems to take a
Aura!
particular offense to the crime Moro just committed. The mage taunts.
You would dare interrupt my long-awaited meal.
Why is he giving Vegeta his voice?
Vegeta bluntly details he has a troubled history with these Namekians. He did them untold harm, so he can't allow even one more of them to perish. And they are most certainly not his food. He tells Kakarot to let him take this one, taking a personal interest. Who's cool with it, but they still don't know much about his power, so he's got to be careful. Breaking out Super Saiyan, Vegeta scoffs that they say he uses magic. Just try it. Moro's confidence doesn't waver even after so long in captivity. He chuckles at the thought of this man believing he could apprehend him. His ignorance runs deep.
Hey, Vegeta's trying, bro. You gotta respect Vegeta. He's giving that nigga a run for his money. Moro is on his ass.
He went and joined the Galactic Patrol.
This music kinda hitting, nigga. No kissing. No kiss out. I'm fucking with the vibe. Oh, I thought he landed a punch. He's giving Vegeta that bag work. I ain't gonna lie. He is disrespecting him. Nigga is dodging, smiling when he hit this nigga upside the head. He doesn't respect you. Vegeta, fight back, my nigga. He's giving you that dirty dog. Oh my god.
This fiend clearly has some special powers up his sleeve. Goku no doubt is taking notes for when he inevitably is up against him. Unfazed by the wizard's onslaught.
Hell yeah.
now using
Nigga
the
was
original
Super Saiyan God.
for him. A cocky Vegeta mocks if he wants to continue.
This nigga got so much swag, bro. I fucking love him. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They getting straight to the business.
Leaving himself open and taking a whole foot to the face. Vegeta was curious to see for himself what kind of beast could terrify the
Vegeta, maybe not talk shit to the nigga that's been alive for 10 million years. You have been fighting. He's just warming up. Nigga said, I was curious to see for myself what sort of beast could terrify the Galactic Patrol. How disappointing. Nigga, chill. I'm not gonna lie, chill. You up right now because you don't know what this nigga can do. When he figures you out, what's the next step? That's what matters.
Galactic Patrol.
This nigga's
Too
tripping.
disappointing.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good defense.
As it seems this planet has a penchant for making villains want to impale their foe, Vegeta sneers that they've come up against plenty of bizarre
This
powers
nigga's
in
talking
their
so
fights.
crazy, Jack.
This is nothing new.
He's about to get served.
Still a ways away. The GP pilot wants to know what they should do. Should they go to New Namek too? For one reason or another, Eris is reluctant to. He wants to head back to HQ. Majin Buu's aid is indispensable. Jaco argues that there's a decent chance they've already taken down Moro. Those two
Did
are
Vegeta
strong.
be in glow in the middle of his
A
fight?
teeny-weeny bit.
Listen, Vegeta is such a real nigga for doing that. But like the problem is when he starts talking shit, he starts losing. So if I was him, I would be quiet, my nigga. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not worth my pride.
Stronger than even himself. Somehow managing to keep a straight face, Miris relents that even if that is the case, it's very unlikely they'll win. Tossing off his cloak, Moro is almost happy that it won't be as easy as he thought. So then, the Saiyans
Look at
hope
this
to
nigga.
witness his magic.
This nigga's a menace.
As they wish.
That's the thumbnail, my nigga. His
With the
face.
fight with Moro beginning, how could this ancient wizard possibly stand up to Goku and Vegeta with their current power? Is his magic really as powerful as the Galactic Patrol fear? If so, just what is his plan to take down our heroes? As the wizard throws his cloak to the wayside, he stands hunched over, gazing into Vegeta's very soul. The prince queries, "What's
fault.
that? You've been
I'm
holding
getting screenshots for the thumbnail. Don't mind
back?"
me. You know me, I'm trying to get straight to
Taking
it.
the opportunity given
W
the battle
video
to a
idea.
standstill, Goku informs that they heard about how the villain, like he tried to do with that
Nigga, I stopped the recording. Oh my god. I thank God. I knew I tweaked.
Namekian kid a minute ago. Information that intrigues Moro. That means they're not entirely ignorant then. This will be the same technique, but a different application. Back in the ship, we're gonna jump around just a little bit to explain Cranberry's backstory a little more.
This is fire.
In age 762,
May have just found the next thing I want to do to react to. This is fire.
after Frieza became aware of the Dragon Balls, Zarbon announced to
It's like
Frieza
I'm doing
Planet
an anime
79's
reaction,
troops that
but
they'll
it's
be
manga.
traveling to Planet Namek with Lord Frieza to search for these Dragon Balls. It's a top secret mission, so it'll be a small group. They're gonna be working hard. Cranberry asks if those things really exist, apparently having heard of them before. However, Zarbon doesn't take speaking out of turn lightly. He reminds that soldiers who refuse to follow orders are of no use and they'll be killed on the spot. Prompting a quick apology from the soldier.
That's crazy.
Cranberry was one of those troops. who
Warned that
ventured
nigga before he got cooked.
However, he was beaten by a young warrior in Elder Mori's village. And killed by a kick from Zarbon. In the middle of Goku's final battle against Frieza, a wish was made. Popo uttered to Shenron to restore the beings killed by Frieza and his men. While almost drowning, since Zarbon counted as one of Frieza's men, Cranberry was brought
to a hard drive, and then I gotta put that bitch in my new PC. You think it's not connected? Let me give you my external.
So you want me to download it right now? All right. Let me stop the recording. Not even reading it. We just literally, some guy animated it basically.
brought back to life with
animation.
the wish. Then, using the space pod Vegeta arrived in, he escaped the planet. It was then he decided a life in serving Frieza wasn't for him, and used the opportunity to defect. He continued to evade the tyrant, but ultimately was arrested by the Galactic Patrol. He wonders if Moro's
Jaco
going to
caught
use
him?
that same terrifying move he did when they broke out of prison. Maybe he should put some distance between himself and this fight. But surely, what would be the odds of the same henchman dying on the essentially...
Is he even gonna be able to make it out? Remember that nigga, what's this nigga name? Moro? He already kind of devilish. What if he just eat my nigga box up? He was willing to eat a kid up. Why would he not just eat this nigga up? Let's keep it a bean.
Same planets, serving an equally evil tyrant. With Jaco and Miris. The former wants to clarify that it's this energy absorber move that's the one to look out for. And Dr. Jiro be danged to Hiffle. That's right. Existing records indicate that Moro can wield this massive energy he steals from planets for direct attacks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the technique?
it from the bottom.
Using the magma from beneath the planet's surface. Moro explains with this move, he attacks with the life energy of the very planet they stand on. The magnitude comes not from his own power, but from the planet itself. And he must say, this planet Namek possesses exceptional energy.
So is he literally just taking the volcanic energy and using it against him? Because they said he does magic. This isn't key. Is he literally like some kind of devil?
For whatever reason, it always seems like Vegeta's the one dealing with lava lately. Just like his battle with Vegeta, he figures he needs to escape to the air.
Vegeta, be careful!
Oh, wow. Surprise back shots. Bad look.
The land itself is quaking.
That tipped and cracked just
What
caught
kind
his
of
ass
battle is
slacking.
being waged?
Little deal on that back. W defense. I'm surprised my nigga Vegeta's still going. Music hitting.
It's no use. You cannot lay a single finger on me.
This nigga's getting active.
Given the prince has made little leeway, Goku requests to get in a shot of his own. Naturally, Vegeta immediately shuts this down and scowls for him to just watch. He calls over to Moro that surely he'll reach his limit soon if he keeps using that move. All he needs to do to win is keep dodging. Though the villain giggles that this technique effectively has no limits. He may use it until the planet itself is extinguished.
That is crazy.
But that can't be. If Vegeta can't approach,
This nigga's
he has
like
no hope.
a deity that eats some planets. He's like Galactus. If you think about it, if he's just using the planet's energy, that's all I'm getting out of this. This nigga is some kind of deity that like eats planets to live.
Of recapturing him. And without any more power-ups, he's at a loss. A statement that perks Goku's ears. He must be trying to lure Moro into something. Seeming to play right into his hand, the goat smiles at his foe's admission of defeat. How
The
gracious
goat?
of him. The Saiyan wants to know one thing at least. What is he really after? Why come to Namek at all? After a short pause, the wizard wants to know what use dead men have for such information. And it's because depending on his true goal, maybe he'd be better off not killing them. Causing the fiend to chortle aloud at the idea of his adversary begging for his life. How far the Galactic Patrol has fallen. He does seem more knowledgeable about this planet than himself, and if he's agreeing to cooperate, he has come in search of something called the Dragon Balls, which is what Vegeta suspected. Moro understands that one must gather all 7. The Saiyan wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would he? Who embellishes his true knowledge of the big orange balls and claims he's unclear on the details.
What is
Just as
Vegeta
Moro
trying to get
thought,
away with?
They too are inconsequential.
Oh my god. W Vegeta. Nigga, fighting Galactus in the middle of your training is absolutely insane. Y'all think this nigga is stronger than Beerus?
Trying to hold back his latest attack, Vegeta stutters for him to just tell him this. What would he wish for? All this power he possesses, isn't that already enough? Though it's hardly enough. At the height of Moro's power, Vegeta would have been an insect before him. And this entire planet a quick meal. But such
Quick
a feat
meal is so
currently
insane.
beyond him, as his interminably long confinement has led him to this decrepit state, leading our hero to believe his wish would be to regain his full strength, his youth, something never done before, albeit precisely his goal. Now it's Vegeta who can't keep himself from chuckling. He's just rotten scum like they told him. Scum worth killing for sure.
What does that mean? Oh yeah. It's always aura when this nigga goes Super Saiyan Blue, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga never fails when he pop out that blue form. I love him. Hashtag my goat.
Breaking out Super Saiyan Blue, Moro can't believe he was concealing this much strength. Just like the wizard was hiding his true intent. Using visual cues, even Cranberry takes notice of this, even though it's likely he can't sense his power in any regard. Goku gets it now. He was letting him get all cocky so it'd talk. Smooth.
Hell yeah.
However, Moro is far from amused and being outwitted in any capacity.
Oh my god. So what does Ultra Blue look like then in this in the manga? Because in the anime there's a clear distinction between blue and Ultra Blue. What's the difference? What's the difference here? I can't tell if he's in regular blue or if he's like in his max state. Or does he not get it in this? Hell yeah. W Vegeta.
Watching Moro take a dip, Cranberry panics
Regular
to know
blue,
when
more
Vegeta got so
details,
strong. If Moro actually loses, he's heading back to the slammer.
So the artist just locks in. I got you.
This is when Goku notices something Vegeta doesn't.
Evolved Blue gives more muscle.
Something's very wrong.
I didn't know that.
Looking around, the trees are beginning to die. But even within himself, this isn't normal. As the prince gets his feet wet in pet grooming, he scoffs that he doesn't care what sort of villain Moro is, but he won't sit by while this planet suffers, which means he needs to be eliminated. Goku shouts for him to be on guard. Something weird is going on.
What?
Cranberry takes this as a signal to split. He howls that he's not going back to prison.
Oh my god. God gives him a more lean look. Got you.
Pulling out the old Shunshin no Jutsu. He's gone. Where did that scum slink off to? Just as Goku points out his location. Holding a giant ball of lava.
This nigga did a distraction and then teleported behind him to do the same exact move he's been doing the entire time. You would think this nigga would have been gave this shit up. Adding a distraction is not gonna change the fact that Vegeta's gonna dodge him.
Over his body. The prince barks to know what he's up to now. He can make that thing as big as it like. His technique is useless against him now. When Goku's fears materialize, across the planet, the energy drains from every living thing just like with the Spirit Bomb.
Oh my god.
The Namekians know instantly something is wrong with the planet. But what's happening?
This nigga is killing the planet. Oh my god, bro.
As one of them drops a bag, he's scolded that the Elder trusted him with the Dragon Ball. He mustn't be so careless. The man apologizes, but when one of the youngsters falls from his feet, upon asking what's the matter, the boy claims he just got dizzy. But that's not it. Could
Oh,
whatever
they
this
use the
is
Dragon
be
Ball
affecting
to
them
bring the
too?
planet back. It sounds like the planet about to die.
Then after only like 40 years of experience later, Goku questions if they should just attack while he's charging up.
Hell nah, bro.
And he eats it?
Oh wow.
Taking satisfaction in it even. Moro smiles. That first meal in a long time does the body good. Vegeta puts the pieces together and realizes this is how he goes around absorbing energy.
What did he do? I didn't think he took the energy from the planet, but like, Did he just like guarantee the planet's gonna fucking crumble to dust?
Being kind enough to valet Cranberry's ship, he tells his comrade to calm his nerves. He shall not lose. He can sit and observe from there. Not something he's in any mood to argue with. Goku has to ask if he seems stronger than before. Like, way stronger. Another thing that clicks with the prince. Of course, this is why Mirrors was eager to recapture him promptly. Why don't they hurry up and settle
Turn the
this
planet
thing?
energy.
But with this renewed sense of confidence and all that delicious disembodied energy now in his body, he snickers
This
for him
is
to try
crazy.
if he can. Though if he thinks his little boost is enough to surpass the both of them, Super Saiyan Blue is still far beyond his scope.
Yes, sir. Let's get straight to it.
Nothing happening. Goku utters, "Well, go on. Probably can't beat him unless he goes blue, right?"
He can't
With a
do
bead
it.
of sweat.
He ate all the ki on the planet, I think. That's what happened. All the energy that was there in the air that was flowing is gone.
That's indeed correct. This is no time for games.
All the life energies got sucked up.
With Jocko, he sees now. The planetary energy that Moro absorbs includes the life force of the plants and animals on the same given planet. So he doesn't even have to attack Goku and Vegeta to weaken them. Did he get that right? And he did. This foe is capable of stealing away his opponent's energy while fighting. He doesn't know much about how these two go about their battles, but they challenge Moro without knowing all the facts. Taking us full circle back to the fight. Vegeta, he can't turn Super Saiyan. It's like Goku thought. He's been absorbing their energy too.
That's tough.
Vegeta!
Dick to my guy for no reason.
Slamming him into the dirt. Moro laughs that they were already aware that his magic robs a planet's life energy. Weren't they? Naturally, that included a healthy portion of his energy as well.
Damn.
Just as Vegeta was saying. He was hiding his true intent.
Nigga ate you up, now he give you that dick. Ferocious dick. Vania dick. It's over now, bro. They let my nigga power up. Oh, wow. 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 That's tough. Why is he giving that nigga Goku the debt of despair and doom? All he did was beat the fuck out of Vegeta, threw his ass across the planet. This nigga slammed Goku into a rock, the ground, then threw lava straight at him. Why, my nigga? Why are you doing all that? Ferocious dead on his back right now, chat.
Manhandled. Goku curses that he's totally drained. Moro snarls out that the longer
Strong
they
ass
battle,
dick.
the more feeble the two of them grow, while getting cut off.
Y'all gun and base not doing shit. Yum yum. Ferocious ass mouth. Am I tripping, bro? Delicioso. He like it when you put it in his
Taking down
face.
Vegeta's energy almost reminiscent of Android 19 and Dr. Gero. He finishes his previous statement. The longer they battle, the more feeble the two of them grow, while he himself grows even stronger. Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, the feline letting out a long yawn.
You don't feel the planetary disruption going on right now? There is a nigga out here. Out planets right now. My nigga, you can't feel the life force disappearing from the universe? This nigga is the worst god in the world.
He sits on a stump fishing as he groans out that he's so bored.
Whis, standing to his left, notices something in his staff that gets the destroyer's attention.
Shout out
He's
Beers.
informed that
Or
planet
Whis.
Namek is exhibiting a sharp decline in energy levels, so he decided to take a peek, leading Beers to question if that planet's about to die. How exciting! He barely has to lift a finger here in Universe 7, since some planet buster will come along and do his job for him every so often.
That's
Because
insane.
he's super busy, clearly. Catching a snack from the lake. Whis queries if he didn't just say he was bored. Exactly, so he's busy killing time. Speaking of which, he calls over to the Oracle fish who's trying to lure in a catch of his own. He asks if this is his
This
catch
nigga
of the
is
day.
not serious.
But he frowns, this is a fishing
Like, take this nigga
contest.
job. That's
you
what
can't
I'm
just
saying.
use your hand.
Niggas sitting here talking about, I ain't got nothing to do. A planet's being destroyed currently, and he doesn't even want to go watch. This nigga would rather sit around and fish. Nigga, you need to be fired. I'm just gonna be honest. He don't even want to do the basics to help the planet, you know what I'm saying, cross the other side.
That's a violation of the rules, so he loses. Brushing this off, he's sick of fishing anyway. His attendant questions if he's
Pride.
content to let the aforementioned matter play out.
This nigga's
Who
blowing.
again yawns, sure. That planet's got no food since the people there only drink water, so he's not interested. Although the angel seems to disapprove of the destroyer's will, he merely utters very well.
Vegeta and Goku are there.
Just getting smacked around at this point. Goku feels bad for the Namekians, but they gotta get back to Miris and the Galactic Patrol.
You don't have enough energy.
But when nothing happens,
You don't have enough
Vegeta
energy.
asks, what is
it's
it?
over.
And he can't use teleportation. He doesn't have enough ki.
That's tough. That's tough. Holy hell.
This most recent blast does some real
Wow.
damage. It obliterated one of the few Namekian villages.
They have the Dragon Balls. They can wish them away, right? They have the Dragon Balls. They should be okay. I just thought about that.
Our heroes aren't faring much better. Goku pulls himself up and checks to see if Vegeta's still with him.
No way they don't use the Dragon Balls,
Right,
right?
his grunts and curses tell us.
Just wish Moro away.
Kinda. Moro takes the moment to hover over the pair. At last, the resistance ends.
They would have followed Don
This was
DeMarco.
surprising. Beings such as themselves did not exist in
Cam,
this era.
shut your bitch ass up and bump that new ice show speed. Nigga, don't get banned in my chat. They would have followed Don DeMarco.
The only one who stood in his way was
Moro
the great
better
Lord of
chill out
Lords who
before
showed
I
his
have to
abilities.
step in. Okay. You just aim in the nuts. Dirty play, I'm not gonna lie.
However, he has to mention that the two of them were never a threat to him.
Oh! Why is he digging in their little shit like that though? You were never a threat is so disrespectful, my nigga.
In fact, he welcomes their presence.
Holy.
Why? Because they will allow him to grow even more powerful.
Yo, this nigga is disrespectful as hell. Nigga, he grabbed both y'all by y'all little shits and started eating you up. And you can't do nothing about it. Yum yum. Delicioso.
Now featuring a more athletic appearance. This is incredible. The energy from a mere pair of beans could restore his flesh to this extent.
Wow.
Cranberry comes cowering back.
They
congratulating
regened my
him on a
nigga.
Great job.
Why did the Dragon Ball villains all got choke a nigga out? Because it's disrespectful.
He was
He
sure
really
he
is the
could beat him
throat
all
goat's
along.
worst nightmare? No cap.
Being met with a silent glare. Panic sets in and he tries to explain that he wasn't trying to run away before. He just thought he'd take that chance to collect the Dragon Balls. But surely he realizes he can't deceive him. And yeah, with that, Cranberry just admits defeat.
GG.
However, speaking of the balls, how would he go about collecting them? And about that, he can pinpoint their villages with this here scouter. Each village is in charge of one ball, so once they found the villages, the rest is easy.
And he's about to get the Dragon Balls too? I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy.
Seeming to think deeply for a moment,
I need Whis and Beers to step in now, bro. This is
the
insane.
nearby Namekians have begun to scatter. Which, the henchman forgot that he doesn't need a scouter. The villain senses a number of locations where they gather. Would those be the villages Cranberry speaks of? And probably, yeah. The duo head back to the ship, resolved to begin with the closest location. Little dog in tow,
Goku and
he
Vegeta.
whippers
Nigga
whatever
ate them
Moro
up.
says.
No, without question. Wasn't even hard for my nigga. His throat worked.
Taking off, he mentions, by the way, are those two good and dead? Who claims those drained of their energy will perish on their own in short order. Their lives no longer concern him, so they may proceed. Appearing confident enough in the Fiend.
You watching the Moro Arc? I am.
Fortunately for our heroes, Mori comes back to the battlefield. He explains that they're still breathing, pleading with Eska to quickly do it now. Like another young
Nigga drained their life force.
Could he also?
We all celebrate Duke Dennis Day, so I don't care.
On Earth. Bulma screeches a week? I mean...
You, me, the chat, and Cam. You're gonna have to be on timeout for a little bit, bro. You're gonna have to be on time. I'm just playing. I'm just chatting, bro. I'm just chatting. Nigga, you praising Duke Dennis too much. Let that nigga nuts out your mouth, bro.
Really? It's been a whole week since Vegeta and Goku up and vanished.
I'm just chatting.
With her, Mr. Satan and... Aw. She turns around to ask him a question. The
I'm not gonna
jerks
lie,
who
we're gonna
kidnapped
stop
the
here.
boys had this...
We're gonna stop here.